on social media. We have a Facebook page, and I'm so happy because some of you have been relating to us through that. Some of you have been posting questions, especially regarding immigration. And we're going to try to answer some of those today on the show with our American Dream segment.
This American Dream segment is brought to you by Aquino & Lowe Law Firm, answering your immigration questions.
Attorney Allison Aquino, hello and welcome to Kababayan LA.
Hello, Janelle.
Thank you so much for taking the time to answer some of our viewer questions. Let's review some of those. This one is from Jean Garcia. She says, I am a Filipina. I came here in U.S. last 2011 through K1 or fiancé visa. I got married to my husband in the same year, but my problem is we weren't able to file my papers to get a green card because we really don't have money to file. And I can't work, I don't have any ID, and the worst thing is my passport will expire next year. I want to ask if I will get deported or what will happen to me if my passport expires and I don't have a green card. I want to know if there's some way that I could get at least authorization to work so I can save money to file my papers. I'm really hoping you will read this and are able to give me some idea. I have an idea, but we'll ask the expert right here. Allison, what do you think of her case?
Well, you know, it's difficult because you're kind of playing with the chicken and the egg. You know, you need the work permit in order to be able to apply for your green card. But on the other hand, you can't apply for the green card without money. And unfortunately, when a person does come into the United States, there are certain requirements, one of which, as she pointed out, you need to get married within 90 days, which she did.
She did.
But in order to get the work permit, you need to apply for your green card. Now, her question regarding the passport and expiration is completely not relevant. Okay. So it doesn't matter if her passport expires. Right now, because of the fact that she did not apply for her green card yet, she is already considered deportable and removable from the United States.
I hope you're watching, Jean. How much is it? How much does it cost to file for work authorization?
So when a person enters as a K-1 and applies for adjustment of status, the filing fee is $1,070.
Okay. $1,070. Okay.
Now, in her situation, and in all situations, the immigration does actually have a fee waiver application. So for individuals who are below a certain income threshold, you can apply for a fee waiver with immigration so that you don't have to pay the fee. The problem, however, is that when you're applying for your green card, one of the issues that immigration takes a look at is the issue of public charge, of whether an individual will become a burden to the U.S. government or not. And so it's difficult to be asking the government to waive your filing fee, but then on the other hand say, no, I'm not going to be a burden on the U.S. government.
Plus, at the same time, isn't it that your husband or your wife, whoever petitioned you, will have to show proof of support or something like that, that they can support you while you're staying here. And if he can't support you to give you that filing fee, then maybe it's tricky.
Exactly. And that's the issue with the public charge, is that you do have a petitioner who has to fulfill a certain income level in order to even petition you. And so if they can't fulfill that level of income, then there's going to be problems with the green card application.
All right. I'm sorry, Jean. You will have to pay that $1,070 filing fee to apply for your green card or for your work authorization as a fiancé or as somebody married to a U.S. citizen. Now, can she apply now or will she be considered? Because she's already deportable. She's already undocumented.
Correct.
Right?
She needs to apply immediately.
Okay. All right.
And she will be eligible to obtain her work permit and her green card.
All right. Now, here's another. I hope that answers your question, Jean. Here's another question. This one is from Diana Kaser. I have a question about my status. I passed my interview for citizenship, but I have passed record of misdemeanor. Can I still be a citizen? The officer that interviewed said I have to bring back a certified document from the courthouse and have to go through a panel for the INS to make that decision because it is deportable because of my past record. I need an answer. I'm watching the show now. Please help. Yes, we're trying to answer. Allison.
It's actually rather important that anyone with a criminal conviction get assistance before you submit that citizenship application to the Immigration Service. Now, in her particular case, she mentioned specifically that it's a misdemeanor. So thankfully, hopefully, she's correct that it is a misdemeanor.
What are misdemeanors?
Misdemeanors are crimes that a sentence of less than 1 year can be imposed on that particular offense.
Okay.
And there are certain other criteria that differentiate between a misdemeanor and felony.
Can you give us an example?
So most common misdemeanors are, for example, driving under the influence or petty theft.
Okay.
Certain identity documents issues. And so the biggest one being petty theft and also DUI.
Okay.
And so that situation, if it's a misdemeanor, you're really looking at two things. One is when the misdemeanor occurred, and secondly is what type of offense is involved.
Okay.
As far as time is concerned, when a person applies for U.S. citizenship, you are required to prove that you are a person of good moral character within either 3 years or 5 years. 3 years if your application is based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, 5 years if it for all other purposes. Yeah. Right. And so if your conviction took place within that time period, then in all likelihood you're going to have significant difficulties with having your citizenship application approved.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me very complicated, and I think this is when you really need a lawyer. That's the information on the screen. They do give consultation, office, phone, and email as well. Plus, if you want to submit your questions to us and to be read here on the show, get in touch with us through Facebook. Also email us, kababayan@la18.tv. Thank you so much for now, Allison.
Thank you, Janelle.
More power to you.
Thank you.
We'll be back more in Kababayan LA. Don't go away.